Hey, what's going on, YouTube? I'm back with another video, and I actually wanted to make a more detailed uh, video about why I decided to become an author. Now, as you can see, for those of you who think that I'm not, really serious with becoming an author, here's some proof. I'm on about chapter 10 right now. I've already done. I feel that I've already done the major key parts of the book. I've done my introduction, I've done the acknowledgments, I've done the title, I've done the dedications, and I'm currently working on the chapters. And, my reason for writing this book was because I want my kids to have something to look at. I want my future kids, I don't have kids at the moment, but I want my future kids to have something to look at. And I kind of feel like there's not a lot of positive people in the world. Everybody is so quick to downplay or talk down to somebody else that we miss out on the positive people. We miss out on people that can uplift others. People that uh, don't have a problem with helping out somebody else. I feel like we miss out on a lot of that because the majority of people in the world, are very cruel and very negative. And it's kind of like if you're not willing to do what they say, then they have a problem with it. So another reason on why I decided to write this book was because, like I said, I want people to feel uplifted by it. I don't want anyone to feel like they don't have a voice or to feel like they don't have anybody to turn to. I want people to feel that, they could look at my book, and even though I'm young, I'm only 25, I want them to feel like they can relate, And that was my key point that I wanted to get across. I wanted to make the point of people can relate to what it is that I'm writing, and I want, like I said, and I'll keep saying it, I want people to feel like they can be uplifted by whatever it is that I'm writing. My first book is going to be an autobiography, so a lot of it is going to be based on my life and my personal experiences and how I've dealt with certain repercussions or certain things that have happened in my life and how I dealt with them. One of the things that I talk about in this book actually is a chapter, all by itself, and it's called Letter to My Firstborn. And basically what I talk about is it's basically a letter to my future kids, as I said in the beginning of this video recording. It's basically a letter about, I want my kids to do better, to do better than I'm doing. I want my kids to do better than I'm doing, and I don't have a problem admitting that, and my mother admitted it to me too, that she wants me to do better than she did when she was, my age and everything. So I'm kind of keeping the tradition alive, so to speak, um, and I also want other people, not just kids, but everybody in general. I want people to feel like they can be inspired by my book. I want people to feel that just because you have a disability, that doesn't really mean anything. And I learned from a friend a long time ago that your disability, if you have one, and your personality are two different things. Your disability has nothing to do with your personality. You know, uh, and whatever my kids decide to do, I will support them 105%. You know, uh, my friends, my friends definitely support what it is that I'm doing, and I thank all of them for it. I really do, because I wouldn't have the confidence that I do if I didn't have um, a strong support system. I wouldn't have the confidence that I have if I didn't have friends that you know, supported what it is that I'm doing, you know, and the fact that they support that I'm trying to write a book, you know, it says a lot. To me, it says a lot. You know, to a lot of people, it may just be words. You know, it may just be words that people speak, but to me, it means a lot, especially if I've known you for a long time. You know, and if we went to school together, you know, it hits home for me, and it says a lot. So I just wanted to take the time out to thank them. But but yeah, my initial reason for writing this post, I mean, not writing this post, recording this video, you know, is I've definitely put the work in, you know, and I wanted to make a recording of all the things that I've written, so that way people don't think that, you know, I'm just talking just to be talking. You know, I definitely have put the work in. You know, so you can feel free to look at this. And also another person, you know, that I wanted to thank, or want to thank, is somebody else that I've known for a long time. You know, I've known her for 3 or 4 years as well, and her name is Janelle Glenn. Now, me and Janelle, even though we're doing different things, you know, she was kind of adding fuel to the fire, because she was the one that acknowledged that I'm a strong writer, or I can be a strong writer, you know, and it wasn't shortly after that until it started to really click in my head, and I kind of put 2 and 2 together, that, you know, maybe I should write a book or something, you know, because I'm always on Facebook, I'm always blogging now, you know, so I figured, why not make my blogs into a book, you know. And a lot of times I didn't monitor my blogs, you know, I was just going off of how I felt about something, you know. And it wasn't until I had at least 15 or 16 blogs that, you know, I decided to write a book. You know, and as I've said before, like, I like to do things that are creative. You know, I like to write. I like web design. I like anything that allows me to be creative. Anything that doesn't put me in a position where I feel like I have to follow what somebody else did. You know, I'm at a point now where, you know, I know who I am, and I like to do my own thing. You know, I don't like feeling like somebody is constantly watching me. You know, I like to do my own thing for the most part. And I also have to thank Bonetta Lynch, who is kind of like my mentor through this whole thing, in being willing to mentor me, you know, because I know that she didn't have to do that, you know. So I definitely wanted to shout her out as well. I mean, so yeah, you know, that's pretty much in a nutshell, you know, why I decided to write a book. You know, a more detailed reason why I decided to write a book. And as I said, I know I covered this before, but I didn't really go into detail. That was more about some of the chapters in the book. You know, that wasn't my personal reason behind why I decided to write a book. So I thought that, you know, I would make a video discussing in detail why I decided to write one. You know, and another reason, it's not about money to me. It's not about money. I mean, yeah, it would be nice, but that's not my reason for writing this book. You know, as I've said, my reason for writing this book is I want my future kids, when I do decide to have them, I want them to be in a position where they can look through my blogs, or they can look at, you know, my Microsoft Word document and read what it is that I wrote. You know, and I want people to feel inspired by it. You know, inspired and uplifted by it. You know, so yeah, I mean, those were my reasons for writing a book. You can feel free to email me at wdavid447@gmail.com. I mean, you can even hit me up on Facebook. You know, I'll shortly after this, I'll put my Facebook link, and you can send me a friend request if you want to. You know, and talk to you guys later.